Welcome to the American Sports Network Player of the Year Award Show. Alongside Doug Chapman, I'm Matt Lincoln. It seems like football season goes by faster and faster every year.
Well, it never ends for me.
Never ends for you? Well, we had some great performances this year, but four in particular on the FBS and the FCS sides that are up for our Player of the Year Award.
Absolutely. I played at the FBS and the FCS level. I know there's fantastic players at both divisions. Can't wait to see who wins these awards.
And of course, this is the only national award given to a Player of the Year that is totally voted on by you. Thank you so much to all of our visitors to AmericanSportsNet.com who have come here and voted on Player of the Year. It is all up to you. So if you have any problems with these choices, you only have yourself to blame. You can't blame us, right?
Absolutely.
So let's take a look at the nominees for the FCS Player of the Year. And we start with Chase Edmonds, running back from Florida.
This is a guy over 3,400 yards, 49 total TDs, and 17 100-yard games. He's only a sophomore. You know, a lot of guys rush for that in a college career. I called one of his games last season. He reminds me of LaShawn McCoy when in space. Kind of ironic the guys are from the same hometown, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Mark my words, he will finish his college career with over 6,000 yards rushing and over 80 total TDs. Fantastic player in space, not a big body, but can run in between the tackles as well. I love watching him play.
Patriot League Offensive Player of the Year, third in school history in rushing yards, and former Jerry Rice Award winner as the nation's best freshman. He even had a 347-yard game this year. As did Kade Harrington, the next nominee for Player of the Year, the running back from Lamar.
Yeah, Kade is a back. You know how I feel about running backs. I played the position, absolutely love when guys can put up the big numbers. 1,600 yards, 19 TDs in his first 2 years at Lamar. So guess what he did this year? Only ran for over 2,000 yards, 21 rush TDs, added 2 more receiving. Explosive runner, averages nearly 8 yards per carry, and had 6 games with over 200 yards rushing.
Seventh running back in Division I history to gain 2,000 yards in just 10 games. Two of the other men on that list, Barry Sanders and Marcus Allen.
Good company.
Those are some big names to be up there with him. Also had a 282-yard, 5-touchdown game against Northwestern State. Let's go to some of the quarterbacks on the list. We go to Harvard, Scott HOSCH.
Hush lash. Remember that from old Jerry Maguire?
Sure.
He was giving defenses hush lash. He's a major reason why the Crimson had that 22-game win streak that started back in 2013. Highly accurate passer. Completed 62% of his throws with 22 touchdowns and 6 INTs this year. 18-1 in his 19 career starts. Finished the season with 360 total yards versus Yale. That was coming off of a loss versus Princeton. He was a little upset. Don't get Hush upset because he'll light your defense up.
Lots of yards for him. He led the Ivy League, both passing yards and total offense, and lots of wins, as Harvard has had an incredible couple years with him at the helm. And the last nominee from Chattanooga, Jacob HUESMAN, another quarterback.
Yeah, HUESMAN is a guy, when you pass for over 8,000 yards and rush for 3,900 more, you're one of the best quarterbacks that have ever done it. And I don't care what level you're playing at. He's a dual-threat quarterback. He's helped the Moccasins win the last 3 Southern Conference title. Head coach's son, so you know he's got a head for the game. Quarterback, leader of the team, played a lot as a true freshman. I saw him. I called one of his games as a freshman. I've seen him develop and grow as a player. The offense is tailor-made to his skill set. And I'll tell you, I don't care if it's FCS, FBS. He's one of the best dual-threat quarterbacks that's ever done it.
3-time Southern Conference Player of the Year. So he has been great for 3 years, but now he's looking for his first Player of the Year award from the American Sports Network. And it's time to unveil our winner for the FCS.
Drum roll.
Do we have one?
We
don't have one. That's all right. We'll get one later. And the winner is Kade Harrington from Lamar. And Kade joins us now. Kade, congratulations. You're a finalist for some major awards, including the FCS version of the Heisman Trophy. But what is it like to have your name be the first name etched into the American Sports Network Player of the Year Trophy?
Oh, it's definitely a huge honor. Just want to thank everyone for voting for me. It's been a fun year. It's been an exciting year. And just definitely a huge honor to be the first name marked down there for this award.
You're the 7th running back in Division I history to gain 2,000 yards. You're up there with some incredible names like Marcus Allen and Barry Sanders. What is it like having your name on a stat list right next to their names?
It is definitely one of the highest honors I've definitely ever received. It's extremely exciting. Couldn't do it without those guys blocking for me up front. They've done an incredible job all year in the run and pass game. Just couldn't have imagined it going any better with such a good group of guys.
Right now, your name is all over the Lamar running records book. What is it like not just to be leading that school to wins, but also to be rewriting all of their history and statistics?
It's definitely a high achievement. I definitely, enjoy playing football, and the records are just coming. I think those just show how much football I've actually been able to play here at Lamar and how many carries I've gotten, and just the excitement throughout the whole process has been awesome. I've had some great teammates help me be able to achieve these things, and I couldn't have asked for better coaches and trainers and everything just to keep me healthy and keep us all healthy and keep us all going good.
This season, you have a 347-yard rushing game against Abilene Christian, a 282-yard game against Northwestern State. Did you feel like you were running that far? Did you know that you had accumulated over 300 yards during that game?
During that game, I actually had no idea. I was thinking I was maybe around 200 or something. I just didn't have any clue. Because when you're playing, you're not really worrying about what you have. You're not worrying about your stats. You're not worrying about any of that stuff. You're just making sure that we're trying to score as many points as we can to win the game. So I was definitely shocked at the end of it. And it was an exciting number to hear. And, the guys blocked great up front. They gave me some big old holes to run through, made my job a little easier. And it was just an exciting win.
And of course, while you are also better than a lot of other players at running the football, you are also much better than most people at eating double stuffed Oreos by the bag. I hear that's something you enjoy doing a lot. Are you going to celebrate this win with a couple of bags tonight?
Definitely. I'll be going to the store to get me some. I hadn't had any in a while, so it's long overdue.
I heard that a lot of your former roommates said that you just would pour them in and totally forget about, oh my goodness, I just finished the entire bag. So give me, what is the correct way to eat a double stuffed Oreo?
Well, everyone has their own special ways, but I like to dip half of it in the milk, make sure it gets soft, and then I eat the whole thing. And then once you do that, and then you just get, watching TV, you lose track of time, you lose track of how many you ate. There's really not that many in the pack, so I just kind of forgot that one time and ended up eating the whole thing.
For us normal people, Kade, there are a lot of cookies in that bag. But congratulations, enjoy the sugar high of being the FCS American Sports Network Player of the Year. Thanks, man, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Time now to take a look at the 4 nominees for the American Sports Network FBS Player of the Year. There are 4 great players.
Yeah, out of all these conferences, very hard to just pick 4 guys off all these teams. Fantastic football players.
Thankfully, we're not the ones doing it. It's you, the voters, on AmericanSportsNet.com. Let's take a look at nominee number 1, and it's Joel Buono, Northern Illinois running back.
Yeah, big bruising back. He led the Mid-American Conference in rushing yards and rush TDs. He's a bully between the tackles. He's a guy, just 3rd and 1, just go ahead and start moving the chains. He's going to get the first down. Unstoppable in goal line, was only kept out of the end zone twice in 2015 and had a streak of 8 straight games with a rushing touchdown. Defensive backs hate to see him coming. They hope the linebackers and D tackles get him down, because once he's got a head of steam, he's going to trample somebody in the secondary.
And the second half of the season, he really started breaking off some long runs, too, to add to that goal line repertoire. Top 5 in FBS in touchdowns. Suffered a meniscus injury back in the spring, but came back stronger than ever, and now he's a finalist for Player of the Year. Next nominee is Kenneth DIXON, Louisiana Tech running back.
One of my favorite players to watch, not just this year, but his entire college career. The most complete running back in college football, in my opinion. His 83 total TDs is tied for first in NCAA history. Not in school history, in NCAA. Had 6 touchdowns versus North Texas this year. He's a guy that does not have to come off the field, stays in on 3rd down, can run it, can catch it, can block. My old coach at Marshall is this guy's offensive coordinator. I said, hey, coach, who's better? He wouldn't answer. I didn't think he wanted to tell me that DIXON is much better. Fantastic player. Will be playing on Sundays. Has a bright future in the NFL.
His numbers are ridiculous. 498 total points. He's had 2 or more touchdowns in 23 games. Next nominee, Brandon Doughty, Western Kentucky quarterback.
Yeah, 3 things in life are certain, man. Death, taxes, and Brandon Doughty lighting your defense up throwing the football. Over 12,000 career passing yards, over 100 passing TDs. There aren't many that have been in the position to do what Doughty's done. I played with some really good quarterbacks in college, Chad Pennington and Byron Leftwich, and I got to say, he's right up there. What's most impressive is defenses know he's coming. You know he's going to throw it 35, 45 times a game. You line up, you prepare all week, and you still can't stop him. fantastic football player, shattering record books.
Maxwell and Davey O'Brien Award semifinalist. His season totals 8th all-time in CUSA history. Only 3rd FBS quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards and 40 TDs in back-to-back seasons. And finally, from Bowling Green, Matt Johnson.
Yeah, best quarterback in college football that you may never have heard of. Only played in one game in 2014 due to injury. Rebounds in 2015, put up video game type numbers. Threw him for over 4,400 yards and 40 TDs this year. Had 6 games this year with 4 or more TD passes. He's deadly accurate. Has 68 career TD passes versus 14 INTs. Wow. That's unreal for a guy that throws it that much. Defenses, you can't stop him. You just hope to contain him. You hope he throws for under 400 yards when he goes against your defense.
Had an incredible season this year. That's a very high-octane offense they have in Bowling Green. And had a great year, but we can only name one winner. And the American Sports Network FBS Player of the Year Award goes to Brandon Doughty.
Brandon, congratulations. You're up for some major awards like the Maxwell and the Davey O'Brien. If I had it my way, the Heisman as well. But how does it feel to win the inaugural American Sports Network FBS Player of the Year Award?
Oh, it's an honor, man. It's a big time award, and I'm just honored and blessed to be even in consideration yet win it. So it's been a heck of a run this year. We got one more game, and we're just trying to play as hard as we possibly can next week.
You know, looking back at your career at WKU, what would it mean for you to win a Conference USA title in your final season as a Hilltopper?
It'd be huge. You know, it's kind of the reason why I came back to play a 6th year was to win a conference championship. I knew we had a nucleus of guys that could compete for the title, and it's just kind of I would say the last stamp on my career here at WKU is to win a conference championship and do something that this program has never done before. And I take a tremendous amount of pride in it, and I'm excited for the challenge on Saturday.
Brandon, you're reaching the end of a fantastic record-setting career there. But do you still carry a chip on your shoulder as being that under-recruited kid out of North Broward Prep in South Florida?
A little bit. I wasn't really highly recruited coming out of high school. I only had about 3 or 4 offers. So to play, a game like this and to play at a stage that we play at now, playing for a conference championship, if you told me we were going to do that 5 years ago, I thought you were crazy. So it's been a heck of a run. It's been, very, very up and down, and I'm just glad I'm in the up right now. So we're trying to keep that momentum going into Saturday.
You said it right. It's been a great run. What's been your most memorable moment at Western Kentucky? It can be on or off the football field.
Oh, man, I've had a lot of memorable moments now. Beating Marshall last year, that was something I'll tell my kids about one day. Hopefully getting ranked in the top 25 is something I'll tell my kids about. And, just the relationship I've built with Coach Param and his staff and Coach Helton and the players, man. I will never forget these guys. Hopefully they bring us back in 10 years because we won a conference championship. So that's our goal. That's what we're here to do, and we're just trying to do it this Saturday.
You've had a lot of success there. You talked about Marshall. I love the rivalry you guys have gotten going there. Now, I know you grew up a huge Dan Marino fan. Who are some current NFL quarterbacks that you pattern your game after?
Tom Brady. I watch him every Sunday. I watch him actually every Monday because we get the film. We have a contract in NFL, and we get the film in the players' lounge there. And I sit there and I watch him emulate some stuff and give the coaches some suggestions of what we can run. I think I'm like Tom Brady, where I'm a student of the game. I try to put my teammates first. I'm passionate. So that's a guy that I look up to. He's the best in the league right now, and that's what you want to play for. You want to emulate the guy that's the best, because that's what the ultimate goal is to be.
Yeah, he's a good one to watch. Last question, Brandon. Give me one word that describes your style of play.
Composed. I think I'm very composed. I think I play with a little chip on my shoulder and play and relaxed. God's blessed me with some amazing talents, but I have some amazing receivers, amazing O-line that makes me look a lot better than I am, and I can credit those guys for sure. So I would say composed. I'm very composed. I try to stay relaxed in the pocket even under duress and deliver the ball. So it's been an honor for sure.
Brandon, thanks a lot, and again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. God bless y'all.
So congratulations to both Western Kentucky's Brandon Doughty and also Kade Harrington from Lamar for winning the inaugural American Sports Network Player of the Year Awards. This is what they're coming home with.
Nice little trophy.
I don't want to touch it because I'm afraid I'm going to break it, right?
Yeah, you don't want to smudge it up, and it was tough to really hand this thing off to Doughty. Me being a Marshall guy, he just pounded my herd. Right. So it was a little rough hand the trophy off to him, but he's well deserving of it. Fantastic player. both him and Harrington.
Yeah, and you all deserve trophies out there for voting. Thank you so much for voting all year long for American Sports Network Player of the Weeks, and then, of course, for the American Sports Network Player of the Year. So thanks for joining us.